What happens when the heroes of the pitch shatter the fourth wall? You get moments of pure, unscripted magic that are more memorable than any 90th minute winner. These are the times footballers surprise the very fans who adore them. Imagine you're a Real Madrid player, going through the motions at the Valdebebas training ground. It's just another day at the office. Then, you see him. The ghost of championships past, the club's all-time leading goal scorer, Cristiano Ronaldo. This wasn't a planned press event. This was December 2022, and Ronaldo, having just parted ways with Manchester United and fresh off a World Cup heartbreak, was a man without a team. He needed a place to train, and his old club opened its doors. The reaction from the current Madrid squad was one of awe. Here was a living legend, the man whose posters were probably on their walls a decade ago, just casually using their facilities to stay in shape. Coach Carlo Ancelotti, a man who has seen it all, looked like he'd seen a ghost, greeting his former player with a massive surprised grin. The players, from seasoned veterans to young stars, all stopped to watch him. It was a surreal moment. For a few days, the biggest free agent in world football wasn't just a story on the news. He was the unexpected guest who reminded everyone at Real Madrid of the monumental legacy he left behind. From a quiet, respectful return, we pivot to the loud, joyous chaos that only Brazilian superstars can bring. Let's start with Neymar. During his time at Paris Saint-Germain, he surprised a group of unsuspecting tourists during a stadium tour. As they were admiring the pitch, the man himself just casually strolled out to greet them. The initial stunned silence quickly erupted into a frenzy of screams, tears, and disbelief. It was a classic Neymar move, effortlessly cool, a little bit flashy, and guaranteed to create a viral moment. The girls in the group went through a roller coaster of emotions, proving that seeing one of the world's greatest players in the flesh is an experience that short-circuits the brain.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But when it comes to fan connection, no one did it with more heart than the smiling magician himself, Ronaldinho. He was set up to surprise one of his biggest fans, a guy who had idolized him since 1999. The fan explained how Ronaldinho taught him to always smile while doing what you love, citing the famous 40-yard free kick against England in 2002 as a favorite memory. As he's pouring his heart out, the legend himself walks up behind him. The fan's reaction was pure system failure. He froze completely, speechless, before breaking into a state of joyous disbelief.
Action when he saw him.
Oh no!
He was totally floored, unable to process what was happening. Ronaldinho, with his trademark grin, just embraced him. It was a powerful reminder of the incredible emotional impact these players have, a connection that goes far beyond the pitch. The fan wasn't just meeting a player, he was meeting the man who taught him how to find joy. Some fans will cross a city to see their team, others will cross a continent. Ochirvani Batbold, a die-hard Manchester United fan from Mongolia, decided to ride his bicycle over 6,000 miles to see his heroes at Old Trafford. His incredible journey was a testament to his passion, a pilgrimage to the stadium he called the Theater of Dreams. When he finally arrived, he was given a tour of the hallowed ground, a dream come true in itself. But the club had one more surprise. As he stood in the stands, recounting his favorite memories, his idol, Wayne Rooney, walked out to greet him. The moment he saw United's all-time top scorer, Batbold broke down in tears. It was an overwhelming emotional release after such an arduous journey. Seeing your hero in the place you've dreamed of for years is one thing. Having him walk out to meet you personally is another. To make the moment even sweeter, he was given tickets to watch a match.
Hello, you okay? Nice to meet you. You okay?
Yeah.
It's a story that perfectly captures the insane dedication of football fans and the incredible power of a simple, human connection. That spirit is something Manchester United has tried to institutionalize with its Dream Day events. Held twice a season, the club invites fans with life-limiting illnesses to the training ground to meet the entire squad. In one such event, a young fan named RG described it as the greatest experience of his life. He got his gear signed by everyone and was even gifted Antony's match-worn shirt from the previous day's game against Everton. It's a powerful tradition that leverages the club's immense global platform for something genuinely good, creating unforgettable moments for families who deserve them most. From club-wide initiatives to individual acts of brilliance, let's turn to some Premier League icons. Mohamed Salah, Liverpool's Egyptian king, was the star of a hilarious prank set up by DHL. A group of school kids were told they were competing to become commentators for a Liverpool match. As they passionately described one of Salah's famous goals, the man himself snuck out of a massive pitchside box behind them.
Oh my goodness!
Hello.
The reactions were priceless. Some kids were so invested in their commentary, they didn't even notice him at first. Others screamed, one looked genuinely terrified for a second, and another simply lost his head in pure shock. Salah took it all in stride, laughing along with them. It was a lighthearted, perfectly executed surprise that showed off his playful side. On a more heartfelt note, there's Harry Kane. To launch his foundation focused on mental health and resilience, he paid a visit to a primary school to surprise the kids who had written him letters. The children had shared stories of overcoming challenges, inspired by his never-give-up attitude. As they were discussing the letters, Kane walked into the classroom. The kids were stunned into silence before erupting with excitement.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? You okay? How are you doing? You okay? You alright? You good?
He sat with them, talked about their letters, and gave them a lesson on resilience. It was a class act from England's captain, using his platform to deliver a message that's far more important than any goal.
Hi, you can. Nice to meet you.
And then, there's Mason Mount, who seems to have a side hustle as a master of disguise. In one stunt, he and Chelsea women's player Aaron Cuthbert went undercover as Hyundai salespeople to surprise a die-hard Chelsea fan. They managed to sell him on the car's features before he finally recognized them. But Mount's best work was at the Wembley Museum, where he posed as a life-size wax statue. As unsuspecting kids gathered around for a photo, he suddenly sprang to life, causing a wave of shock and laughter. It's a simple but effective prank that he pulled off perfectly, proving he's got a great sense of humor. Nowhere is football passion more concentrated than in the city of Liverpool, and its heroes know the importance of giving back. Former Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson once surprised a young fan named Andrew, a lifelong supporter who had attended every home game with his dad since he was 7. Henderson showed up at his front door with the club's new kit, a simple gesture that meant the world to a dedicated fan. Similarly, Trent Alexander-Arnold surprised a local hero named Imad, the creator of a World in One City football tournament.
Wow. You okay? Yeah, good to see you. Obviously, you made some.
The project, born during lockdown, brings together people from different cultures and communities across Liverpool to represent their heritage. Trent dropped in to learn about the incredible initiative, showing his support for a project that embodies the city's spirit of unity. But passion isn't exclusive to the red side of Merseyside. On the blue side, Everton's Jordan Pickford created a life-changing moment for a young fan named Harry. Harry, who has had to overcome immense health challenges, sent the club a fan letter addressed to his hero. Pickford was so moved by the letter that he not only read it on camera, but also invited Harry for a VIP tour of the club's training facility. They kicked a ball around, and Pickford even joined in for a small game. It was the ultimate reward for a boy who had battled through so much. A day spent playing alongside his hero at the club he loves. What's better than being surprised by one football legend? How about 4 of them at once? In an epic stunt for a Pepsi commercial, a group of local lads in a street football game were winning by a comfortable 8-0 margin. They were feeling unbeatable. Then, their opponents made a few substitutions. On came Rio Ferdinand, Michael Ballack, Michel Salgado, and the legendary Rivaldo. The game's tide turned instantly. The local team was suddenly playing against a lineup of Champions League winners. The legends, who clearly hadn't lost their touch, orchestrated a stunning comeback, eventually winning the match 14-8. The local guys were in a state of shock and awe. They'd just been humbled by their childhood heroes. One player, a United fan, couldn't believe his eyes, saying he'd just seen Rio Ferdinand and other legends right there on his pitch. It was a harsh lesson in football, but a story they'll be telling for the rest of their lives.
Hi. You okay? You okay?
How are you?
Good.
It's not a bad game, huh?
It's a good game.
Finally, we end with a quieter, more profound surprise. Alex, a groundskeeper for Manchester City, is a beloved figure at the club. After a tough battle with cancer, he returned to the job he loves. One day, while he was having a few friends over at his workplace to watch a game, he received the surprise of a lifetime. In walked his boss, Pep Guardiola. The legendary manager didn't just pop in for a quick hello. He had previously called Alex during his chemotherapy to check in on him. This time, he came in person, greeting Alex's guests and sitting down with them like an old friend. It was an incredibly personal and compassionate gesture from one of the most famous managers in the world. There were no cameras for a PR stunt, just a simple act of kindness for a valued member of his team. It was a beautiful moment that proves the beautiful game is, at its heart, all about people.